think it's good. Yeah, you can go ahead to the next step because
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer some questions. So the main question people have been asking is, what are the other categories? I see watches there, I see earrings there, I see other stuff. Can you explain what the other ones are? And also in the case of t-shirts, a lot of people are asking how about t-shirts, but I think Merch Magic does that better than this. So those are the two major questions. Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Now I want to show you something cool. Okay. So, it's a bonus, right? So, all right. So you guys have been requesting. My screen is visible, correct?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Now I'm again inside my Artistly dashboard and the Fast AI image designer, right? We have added some more cool styles that you guys have been requesting, specifically for those of you who sell digital products on Etsy and all. There's a specific type of style that sells really well, and we have our future trainings, in that category as well soon. But for now, created new. We have created. We have actually added new styles for you. So we added clip art style, sells really well, like with perfect watercolor effect. We added the kawaii watercolor style that you guys have requested. We added perfect pencil sketch styles. We have added this multi-expression style. So basically, you're selling these clip arts and you're selling these things, and you want multiple of that of the same person or same, let's say, cute animal or stuff like that, but in different expressions, right? People want to use that, right? We have added crayon style. We have added the dark manga for those of you who are really, really into the comic style and comic books, and we have added the watercolor style that you guys have been requested for so far. So yeah, these are seven and nine new styles that have been added, and it just makes it's gonna blow your mind. Just go ahead. It will be live in your account right now, and it's live in your account anyways, and you can test it and you can create multiple different variations, so you don't ever have to use any other software. You can. And going forward, what we're gonna do, right? We are working on making the background remover, the object remover, and the upscaler. These three components, because you guys have been requesting us to for that 300 DPI. You want to sell these on Etsy and all that. We're working on that, and in just one short click, you'll create a clip art. It will upscale it. It will remove the background. It will turn it to 300 DPI, and in just one click, you have a bundles of clip arts ready to sell. That's how what you're gonna do, and that's what design agents are built for, right? We have already created a design agent that goes from an idea to a finished product for kids storybook with consistent characters. We are adding it for seamless patterns. We are now adding the book covers. We are adding it for different categories as you guys have requested, and we are adding it for these clip art bundles, right? So in one shot, what it will do, you will give it the prompt or your idea. It will create a bundle of these clip arts. It will remove the background. It will upscale it. It will turn it to 300 DPI, and you'll get the 10 bundles, whatever the amount of bundles you want, ready for you while you enjoy the cup of your coffee. That's how powerful it is, and that's why we are building it. So I'm just super excited to show that to you in the next coming training. So those are some cool bonuses. So there for you: clip art styles, kawaii watercolor style, pencil sketch, watercolor, manga styles, and expressions. So yeah, so let me know if you guys have any questions, and
Yeah, just open up your
perfect.
screen again. Let's talk about the other categories. I did see like there are other categories as well in this
Oh,
magic elements. Let's talk about
yeah.
those. And ones which are not in there, let's talk about those as well. Because some people are asking a couple other points on that.
One second.
So I see your
Okay,
screen there.
perfect. So my screen is
Yeah.
visible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now let's see, right? So let's go to magic elements again, okay? So yeah,
So then we have this. Okay, so this is the necklaces. We
yeah,
have
yeah. Just want
earrings.
to say, right? We have necklaces, earrings, hats and caps, bracelets and watches, sunglasses, and hair accessories. But hypothetically, you can do it for any product if you get an image of that, right? So for example, right? Let's say if you have an image of a person showing the ring on the hand, right? You can bring that as I showed you, right? From the custom, and you can place your ring over there, right? So that's the power it is, right? So that's why we name it AI magic elements. It's like it will magically put your elements, your objects into these AI models seamlessly while preserving your product, while keeping your product consistency throughout the process. So that's the power of it. So you're not just limited to these templates. This tool is there to do anything. You wanted to replace a lamp with your own lamp, get an image with a lamp, and you can just put it like, okay, I want to replace that lamp with my own lamp. You can do that, right? So that's power. That's the power it is, right? It's not just, we added these most commonly requested categories because you guys have been requesting about earrings, rings, hats, and all that. But if you guys request for more categories that we are not added here, I'm open, right? Just tell me, we'll ship it, right? So that's the idea. And do you see any questions, Paul?
Yeah, or what about t-shirts? A lot of people asking about that. So Merch Magic already does this,
Okay,
so you can
t-shirts
kind of
is
show
easy,
it to
guys.
them
Okay, let me show
because
you.
they'll get confused here in a way, right? So either if
Okay.
you do it here or Merch Magic, I guess, which is the best method to do it.
Okay. Let me just remove everything off. Okay. So what I recommend you guys is, this is for, think about this for objects and small objects, right? Like what you would do, right? What you would say, like necklace, earrings, hats. For t-shirts and all, we have Merch Magic over here, right? You see this Merch Magic? So this is specifically designed for merchandising, right? For clothing. Let me show you, right? So what you have to do, you have an image, right? So I want to do an American man standing on the beach, right? For example, that idea. Also, another thing that I want to, while this is getting generated, we have added the photorealism feature. This thing, stock photography, will be upgraded to photorealism. And now all these styles, because a lot of you guys have been requesting that, hey Yash, we need all these AI Illustrator style in the advance because we want to use that natively, right? So what you can do, guys, right? So I didn't mention wearing t-shirt. 1 second. Let me just do wearing t-shirt. Okay. So what in the next few weeks or so, in the next few days or so, you will see an option here that allows you to pick all these styles, right? Just to make process smoother, right? You don't have to go here, generate it. You can natively find your styles here and just generate it here. So that's one thing. Another thing, for those of you guys who missed it, again, if you want ultra realistic images, if you want to create ultra realistic images, this option is the for you. It will soon be upgraded to photorealistic images, photorealism, but it's always this image, the third option, right? So now the idea is, let's say I've used the same prompt, and check this out, right? So American man standing on the beach wearing t-shirt, right? Check this out. Now and generate the image, right? Now you'll be blown away by that, right? So the result that you will get. So that's the idea. Now, for now, while that is generated, you add this image, guys. Okay, and now what you do, you can basically put your t-shirt here. How would you do that? You would use Merch Magic. You would select the cloth image. So let's say if I have something here, let's see, yeah, I have something like here. You have to mention, is it like a upper or a lower or overall? So overall is like, your jumpsuits for girls and all. For lower is like your trousers, your shorts, and your pants, right? Upper is your jackets, your blazers, your t-shirts, your stuff like that, right? And you would do change clothing. Now what this will do, guys, it will put this t-shirt that I've just uploaded on this guy, right? And while this is generated, I want to show you, look at that, right? And how realistic it is. Now you can always regenerate, and you can say front facing American man standing on beach wearing t-shirt. You can always enhance the prompt just to explain AI the kind of stuff you want. So let's just show you 1 second while it's doing that. Okay, perfect. So let's generate it. So that's the power you can do with it, right? So if you want to generate photorealistic images, always come to this option, and you soon will have
Yeah,
the
so
ability.
so just for reference,
Check this
folks,
out.
okay, sometimes AI could create too polished like photos, right? Like it looks like a waxy in a way. It looks a little bit like almost like a 3D painting kind of thing sometimes,
True.
right? So that stock footage slash realistic will give more realistic ones. So imagine almost like a real person, right? Like somebody like this one right here. It'll always force that. And here's the example of the t-shirt. A lot of you folks were asking us, right? This is what we mean by t-shirt. This category was already there many months ago, actually. What we are talking about today with Magic Elements, it goes way beyond that. This is a little bit more of an easier problem to solve. So we solved it many months ago. Maybe some of you folks didn't watch our other training. That's why you got to show up to these. But it always was something you could do, the merch magic. It's specifically trained for t-shirts, jackets, like clothing, okay? And in some cases when, let's say you're wearing a swimsuit or let's say skirts and that kind of thing, you can also have a different skirt color, different upper
Check this out.
t-shirt color, that kind of thing, right? So yeah, you get the point. See this? You can take images like this. Look at that. Looks so realistic. You would think this was a stock photo of somebody who sold it to a stock site or something, right? Stock photo site. So this is the basic idea. Now, let's go back here, Yash. What about, I'm seeing questions like this, right? How about ring category, right? And so let's discuss this aspect here, okay? So let's go back to that magic elements thing. So we covered t-shirts so far. So you see that right there. We got necklaces, right? We got these.
Earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So earrings. So if you want rings like fingers, how does that work, Yash, so far?
Yeah. So far, what you have to do is you have to. Right now, we don't have the rings category, so we'll definitely add the rings category. But for now, what you have to do, you have to generate an image that shows the rings, right? So close up shot of women, American women wearing ring, right? So you would, so that's where some, and or you can bring anything from like internet and basically use mirror magic to regenerate it. But I'll show you with this one, right?
So in
This
other
will,
words, while this is being generated, let's just discuss this. So what does this magic element really do, folks? So just so you
yeah,
understand, is if you have the perfect shot, right, of a ring, let's say somebody like a hand with a ring on it, or let's say, for example, you folks were asking for, like a belt, right? You want to have somebody wearing a belt. Then you select that area. Let's say in the ring, you would select that ring finger area, and then you replace it with a ring. That's how it will change. In the case, so yeah, here you go. You got a ring here,
yeah,
right? So you want to
yeah,
replace that. He's gonna basically put the paintbrush tool and you give it a ring, like let's say for example a wedding
yeah,
ring or let's say whatever it might be, and you will upload that or you can even generate it. In this case, you'd want to upload it, right? Because it'll be your jewelry that you're selling. So it'll be like let's say a product shot that you would upload to Amazon or any of the e-commerce platforms out there, and you'll
exactly.
select it, right? You see that upload your images in that custom, and then you're
Yeah,
good to go. So then that's how you would paint it, like basically with a brush, and then you would replace it. The same will be shown in with the necklaces and all
exactly.
that kind of stuff. Now, this was an AI generated image, right? So you could bring in other images as well, and then recreate it with mirror magic as well. So let's say, for example, you liked a specific image you saw on Instagram or Pinterest or somewhere, bring a similar image to that, recreate that kind of style. Let's say the lighting or like the model, like yeah, let's say she's African American, maybe she's Latina, right, or whatever it might be. You can get the same skin tone and stuff recreated, and then you can do the replacement. Okay, does that make sense? So it's basically think of it almost like I can create an image of my own, put my let's say ring or whatever it might be, and I replace one with the other. As long as you have that, it's easy. So you see how I'm putting the paintbrush? That's what it does. Okay. Now, hope that is very clear on how this whole system works, right? And similarly, the other thing that I wanted to mention as well here that you have to understand is the main idea behind these, if you will, right? These features, if you will, we can keep adding hundreds of them, but the idea is these are extremely, extremely common. I mean, if you've done any kind of Instagram, WhatsApp, like a lot of people online don't even have e-commerce stores. They have a WhatsApp store, they have an Instagram store, even on TikTok, right? So in that case, you got to demonstrate a product or service, whether it's client stuff. You can even do this for clients because we give you commercial rights to use this for other businesses, right? So in that particular case, you can use it for clients, you can use it for your own business. It'll quickly get things rolling, right? And put it up in a professional way. You see that photo with the watches and stuff like that. Same case here, right? It speeds up the workflow. It's sort of similar to our in painting feature, but the problem with in painting is that it generates an artificial slash other AI generated product, right? So in this particular case, here you're gonna match it with the exact product. That's the difference. So think of it like in painting with your product of your choice. So that's what this works as, right? And that's what we've done here, basically. Okay. So it was a very, very difficult thing to do, folks. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. The struggle to get this right was difficult because the similarity is very important, right? And it has to match. Let's say if I'm getting out, it has to match the skin tone. It cannot have any blurriness around that ears. It cannot look like, somebody copy pasted something, right? That sort of thing. But another question I have for you, a very good question. Sandra was asking, and I'm sure a couple other people also have this, is this one. Okay. So let's imagine my photo, right? It's too big. Let's say my ring photo is like this big, right? Do we need to resize them, or can I just upload them, remove the background, and I'm good to go? How does it work if the size of the image is too big?
Okay, so what exactly do you mean by size of the biggest,
So
like
let's say
size of
I
the
want to
image?
put my earring or necklace photo, right? And it's a 4K image, like it's huge, like it's like a massive image. Does it automatically resize to that, or we
Yeah,
have to resize it to fit the
yeah.
neck? How does it work?
No need to do anything. As long as it is visibly appear like this or like this, right? For example, or like this is a perfect example, right? This is a big image, right? If you think about it, right? And it works with any size of image as long as your product is not like jumbled up. Like for example, right? I have my product and I have this battery and I have this charger, and I want this charger cable on my product, and you have like, I uploaded with this on a desk, right? For example, if I'm on a desk, how would AI understand which product it is or which product? So, cleaner outlook with your product is what basically makes it work, right?
So
So
let's to be clear, folks. Our AI is automatic, okay? It will proportionately adjust it automatically. So if this hat is huge, and the head shape or whatever, it'll automatically fit it. That's the whole idea of AI, right? If the earrings are like zoomed out or too small or whatever the case might be, the AI will automatically adjust it. Generally speaking, you want it high quality, obviously. So we're
obviously,
talking about use cases where the earrings, in this particular case, look at how big that earring is compared to the actual earring on the ear lobe, right?
yeah. Let me just
So
show
you don't
you.
have to
Let
worry
me show you.
about sizing for sure, okay? So
Look at this.
yeah, you see that example there. See this? Look at that there, as well as how big that earring is. So you don't have to worry about it. This is, I know why you're asking this question. Problem with Photoshop and these platforms. If I bring that in, I have to custom resize it, put it in there and all that. That is old stuff now. With AI, you can automatically resize things without doing any extra work. Now, another question for you, Ash, because I know even I had this question, and I know we've been talking about this, right? Some people were asking, what about a model holding a product? Because we were talking about this, right? So
Oh,
let's
you
say a
can do that.
perfume bottle
100%.
and stuff like that.
100%. Let's do that. So what do you have to do? Again, same thing, right? So what you do is generate female holding. What do you want to do? Like a perfume bottle?
Yeah.
Simple. You generate it, and then what you would do, just that perfume bottle will be replaced with your perfume bottle. As simple as that. So while this is generating, I want to show you how cool these AI realistic images are, right? So it's not look realistic, right? So make sure you use this functionality inside the perfect text and enhance image designer. So that makes the life so much easier. Let me clean up my canvas a little bit. So, oops,
Yeah,
my
so
bad.
let's talk about this aspect, okay? Because I want to make sure people are very familiar with this process of perfume bottle system. Of course, we're going to categorize it. Maybe in a new update, we'll add some other feature requests. But the idea is that it can replace anything. In the case of perfume bottles and shampoo bottles and stuff, one thing to keep in mind is the element of text. That's been the challenge all this time, right? You're going to have a whole bunch of text. You're adding that in. It
Yeah,
can sometimes, AI cannot detect every little area of the text, okay? So that is something, there's a lot of research and development going on even in our end. So while I will say it will work, just keep in mind if that perfume bottle has tiny teeny text that is not easily readable, it's not going to be that perfectly in the same fashion applied. However, that said, that is something that we are working on. So once we figure it out for the perfection element, we will do it. Like in this particular case, you see that perfume bottle has no text in it, easy peasy, right? Easy for us to use this kind of an image and do it. But in some cases, you have like a whole bunch of text, like let's say it's like Dior perfume, and in the bottom it's like Eau de Parfum or something, and you can't even read it. It's sometimes, okay, not always, it may not be perfect. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And when we do crack that perfection, obviously we'll let you know. That is the reason why we do not categorize it just yet. But we are working on that feature such that it will be perfect every single time, regardless
Yeah.
of what text is in there, because there is the directionality element here, right? So let's say, for example, whatever, I have Advil here, right? So let's say in Advil here, you see this. This is easy. This big, like a limp here. So you see this right here. This area is very easy to do, right? So I have it like reverse here, but
Yeah.
I just imagine, right? So like, let's say for example, this area, right? So if this text in the bottom sometimes with AI will be difficult to recreate. Okay, does that make sense? So that is the basic idea of what I'm trying to get at. So does that make sense? So sometimes that's what we're trying to figure out where like if you have this element like this, always this top text element is very easy to do. And then this area too probably will be easy. But this tiny area, you see this tiny text, sometimes it look not as realistic. So
True.
no application right now can solve that. It's a reality because we know if it does, we would figure it out. But
Uh,
there are some new developments we are working on, right, Yash, on this exact aspect.
Exactly. We're working on that. I just don't want to reveal a lot of about that because that's gonna blow your mind, right? It's not. It's even easier than this. But yeah, I think a lot of you guys are seeing this as a lot. So actually, this is inside the plan. There are two plans, right? This is inside the unlimited plan. A lot of people are asking. So Paul, can you add the link, like how they can? Because there are two plans in artist, right? A commercial plan and an
Yeah.
unlimited
So
plan.
let me load it up here, say for
Yeah.
example, okay, folks. So let me open up my screen. Yeah. So when you go to Artistly, right? So this is the Artistly editor, right? So some of these features that we're talking about. So there's two plans for Artistly. Right? There was a $49 basic plan, and then you can get the Elite plan, which will give you everything, right? These features are part of that Elite plan, or if you got the unlimited plan, because there are two plans. Like if you went into Artistly's website, right? So let's just go here. So Artistly, its main website. You go in here. So you hear it, right? So if you go here in the bottom, you'll see there's two, right? The artistic commercial, which will say basic, or artistic premium. So they're always going to be like, this is the $49 option, and then there's a $147 option, right? So those folks who got the $49 options with these features, majority of them are not available to you. Why did we do that? Well, it's not so much that we're trying to make a huge amount of profit or anything, but the reality is the NVIDIA AI servers we have to do to train this stuff, we have to pay a huge amount of money. Right now, it goes up to like we're paying almost $70,000 a month just for some of these technologies right now. It's not cheap. This is what OpenAI and other people we have to buy and compete against, right? So this plan is what gives you these features. Okay, just so you're wondering, okay, why can't I see that feature? Like I go into Artistly right now and I go in here and I try to click this element, right? I can't see it. It's locked for me. So you need this account type to be able to do so. Okay, does that make sense? So this plan. Now, if you already got this, there is an option for you to upgrade. Okay, so if you go into your Artistly account, right? So your general Artistly account, you will see an option to upgrade it within your account. Okay, and that is located. So let's say if you go into your Artistly account, let me actually open this up. So you go in here, you see in the Artistly account. So let me open this up here. So here in your traditional general Artistly account, you're going to see this tab called My Purchases. So if you go into My Purchases, right, you will see here, you see I have Artistly Unlimited, which is that $147 plan or whatever it was. And this means I'm done. I have everything, right? Nothing. But you will see, okay, you do not have Elite plan. If you have the basic one, you can upgrade. You will get that option here. Does that make sense? I'm not going to give you a direct link for the Elite because the only way Elite option appears is if you got the basic. If you don't even have Artistly, then you can just go right now to artistly.ai and get that one of those plans. And you'll see an option inside to upgrade if you want to. Okay, so you don't have to. So in other words, to answer your question, if you got this $49 plan, you don't have to pay this $147 again. Okay, it'll be the difference generally, slightly maybe more expensive by like $1 or $2 or something like that. But you can upgrade inside that My Purchases tab, okay? Or you can email our support team at any time. We can guide you through the process. So I'll leave that, the support emails here in the bottom right there. You see support@artistly.ai. So you can definitely email our team and say, hey, look, I have the basic. How do I upgrade? If you don't see that in your My Purchases or some link is not appearing properly or whatever, okay? Does that make sense? So make sure that that is clear, okay? Again, I just want to make sure to understand, right? This plan, we don't make any money. We actually lose money on it. In this, a little bit of money, considering we've done like 4 version updates. We have a full-time machine learning AI engineering team. We have a full-time developer team, customer support team, right? And also, ironically, a lot of people don't understand. Beyond that, our server costs are like $70,000-$80,000 a month right now, right? Fluctuates
And
because of demand.
millions of
So
dollars going inside in the advertisement
I'm sorry. Yeah, of course.
and ad money.
Yeah, of course, to acquire new customers and stuff like that too. So just want to make sure you folks understand, right? The reason why we're able to do this, I mean, some people say like this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, I'm paying like $59 a month, $97 a month in cases, and all that monthly fees other places. How can you sustain it? Because we've been in this business for so long, right? That we know where the cost optimizations are. We know where, okay, how to negotiate good deals from like server companies, right? Let's say somebody right now has to pay $200,000 a month. I can negotiate it for like $40,000 a month, right? Why? Because I have relationships that I built over the last 15 years, right? Been doing this stuff. So those savings we pass on to you, just so you understand, okay? Because I will say, juxtapose the stuff we're talking about, like you compare, right? Like for like, you ain't gonna get what's available in Artistly in any other application. Let alone you want to pay even $10,000 this